morning. My name is Miss Long and I work at Ty River Elementary School in 3rd grade. Today I'm going to be reading a story called Naya's Long Walk. It's about a girl that lives in South Sudan. She and her younger sister are going to be doing a little journey today. Come on, Naya said. Why are you slow today? I'm tired, Akir said. Naya just sighed. It was a long way to the water hole. I'll tell Mama that you were trouble, she said. Don't, Akir begged. I'll be good. And so she started walking a little faster. Akir, look, Naya pointed to the horizon where she could see a cloud of dust. What is it? I can't see, Akir whined. Well, maybe it's antelope or a truck. It's too far away to tell. Probably antelope. Trucks were a very rare sight in their village. Akir was slowing down again. Naya said, You know the clapping game? Let's sing that song. And do the clapping too. Not while we walk, but maybe later today, okay? At the water hole, they took long drinks. Naya filled the jerry can. Then they played the clapping game twice. Time to go, Naya said. Akir dragged her feet. She walked more and more slowly. Soon she began to cry and she sat down on the ground. I can't walk anymore, she said. It's too far and I'm too tired. Don't be silly, Naya said. You've walked this before lots of times. Akir cried and snuffled and hiccuped a couple times. She looked up at Naya. Her eyes were very big. Naya frowned. Akir was not a crybaby. Usually she skipped along chattering like a starling. Naya knelt in front of Akir and felt her face. Akir's forehead and cheeks were burning hot. She had stopped crying and was beginning to just sit quietly and very still. Akir was sick. Maybe very sick. Naya felt worry swelling inside her. They were at least half a morning's walk away from home. I must run and get help, Naya thought. She took a few steps away and then glanced back at Akir. No, she could not leave Akir alone. Should they stay and wait for help? It might be hours before someone came. Akir got sicker and sicker. I guess I'll have to carry her, Naya thought, and the water too. Her mother would need the water to help make Akir better. Naya opened the jerry can and poured out half the water. She picked up the can and hefted its weight and shook her head. It's still too heavy, so she poured out a little more. Akir opened her eyes. They were very dull and sad. I know you don't feel well, Naya said, trying to keep her voice steady, but you will have to climb on my back and hold tight. Can you do that? Akir got on Naya's back. Naya used her headscarf to tie Akir in the place the way her mother did. Then she picked up the jerry can and began to walk. Akir was heavy. The water was heavy. Naya could only take a few steps before she had to rest. Home was so far away. Tears filled Naya's eyes. I can't do it. It's just too far. Naya saw a tamarind tree way up ahead. She swallowed and blinked her eyes, trying to get the tears away as she was worried about this. I'll go to the tree, she thought. I'll put Akir down there. But when she got to the tree, she thought she might be able to walk maybe a little more. Those thorn bushes, I think I'll rest up there instead. At the bushes, she rested for just a moment. Akir had fallen asleep. Farther on, Naya saw an old stump. Maybe I can make it to that old stump. I think I can. Step by step, a bit at a time, Naya kept walking. Outside the village, people came running. Mama took Akir. Someone else took the water. Everyone rushed away from Naya. Naya sat down on the ground and she slumped for a very long time with her head in her hands until she heard footsteps coming toward her. It was Mama. We think Akir has the sickness that comes from drinking dirty water, she said. She needs to go to the clinic. It would take Mama probably 2 or 3 days to walk to the clinic. She would have to carry Akir as well as food and water for the trip. I'll need your help, Mama said. Naya didn't answer. I'm so tired, she thought. I can't walk any more today. I know you're tired, Mama said, but we have to go now. Naya saw Mama's face full of worry, and she remembered how Akir had looked, so sad and afraid. Maybe I can walk a little more, as long as I go a step at a time. She got to her feet. When we're at the clinic, I can sing to Akir, she said, and maybe play the clapping game with her. She likes that. Mama nodded and held out her hand. She is lucky to have you as a sister, she said. Naya took Mama's hand, and together they went to help Akir. This is called an afterword. This is what happens after the story. It says, and then what happened? Akir got better after staying in the clinic. She was very fortunate. Waterborne diseases are the leading causes of death worldwide for children under the age of 5, specifically people that live in places that they can't get good drinking water. The dust cloud that Naya saw earlier in the story was indeed a truck. It was being driven by a man called Salva Dutt, a former refugee and head of an organization called the Water for South Sudan. Eventually, Salva and his crew would install a clean water well in Naya's village. The village now has far few cases of waterborne illnesses, and because Naya and the other village girls no longer have to walk hours every day just to get water, they now have time to go to school. As of this past year, Salva's organization has drilled more than 340 wells, serving at least 250,000 people. Students from schools in the United States and many other countries have participated in fundraising activities and sponsored 139 of those wells, as well as donating money for a new drilling rig. Naya and her family are fictional characters, but their story is typical of villagers all over South Sudan. So that is Naya's story. This is a story talking about a girl that had perseverance. Even when she had a tough situation, she kept pushing forward. And in this tough situation that we are all in right now, I encourage every one of you to keep pushing through this. We can get through this. We are in this together, and we are going to get on the other side of it very soon. I hope you all have a good week, and it was nice reading with you. Bye!